Today is April 24th, the 114th day of 2015.
And you're listening to This and That on the Wire. I don't know what I'm doing. Hello, welcome to This and That. I'm Keegan Mina, always with me, Angel Burke.
Hello. And
I'm freaking out a little bit.
yeah, Jeremy, our beloved Jeremy, is not here today.
And things just aren't working the way I want them to. Oh, yeah. It's already a train wreck. That's fine. Let me just turn all this stuff off. See, this is what happens when you don't get to push the buttons and then you get in charge last minute. So, anyway.
You put your big pants on pretty quickly. But
Yeah.
hey, it works out. We're good.
Can you hear me now? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Norman, Oklahoma. Welcome to This and That. I'm Keegan Mina. Always with me is my partner in crime, Angel Burke. This and That, we're on every Friday from 1 to 3 Central Standard Time, of course. Why do you ask? Because we live in the heart of America. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Norman, Oklahoma. You can listen to us here by the Wire by going online to wire.ou.edu. That again is wire.ou.edu. You can also stream us live at livestream.com/thewireou. But we also recommend you guys download the TuneIn Radio app on your tablet or your phone. Simply go download that and in the search bar, search Your Student Radio, and you'll find our station. And you can always call us here at the Wire booth by calling us at 405-325-WIRE. That is 405-325-WIRE. But mostly we like Facebook likes, so please go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/thisandthatwire. That again is This and That Wire. Not and, but the letter N, This and That Wire. And we always like to say if you're a musician or in a band or you're an artist or you're an entertainer of some sort, you juggle, you're a contortionist or whatever you can do, and you're interested to be on our show, you can always hit us up. We're always looking for talented musicians, artists, entertainers to provide us insight on the local music scene, local art scene. So we're all here at the This and That, big advocates of local music. So please let us know. Tell your friends. Keep on rocking. And I also like to point out that this week is Norman Music Festival, and it's happening right now. We here at The Wire will be hosting an on-remote broadcast all day tomorrow from noon to 7. We will have our booth on the intersection of Main Street and Crawford, and we would really like to get a hold of some of the musicians playing throughout the festival. So if you're playing at Norman Music Festival 8, please stop by our booth, have a chat with us, and you get on the radio. We can, maybe if you're lucky, we can play some of your songs. So,
If you're lucky.
Jeremy's not here, and I was scared. He woke me up this morning and was like, Keegan, I gotta go. I can't do the show. Here, take all this. And for those of you who don't know, Jeremy does a lot of the button pushing. Button pushing.
Yep.
So I'm actually in his chair now, and it's very, very weird. It's very strange, and
You're the man in charge.
it's just like all of this show relies on me now. It's too much pressure.
I can see you shaking from here. It's okay. Deep breaths.
Later on, we're going to have one of the co-founders of OU's The Set, and a guy who had a radio show on this station about 10 years ago, Mr. Mark Alexin.
Woo-woo.
He'll be on in a few minutes to talk about everything this and that. But first, Angel,
Yes.
did you do anything exciting?
This week?
Yeah.
Oh, all kinds of excitement. First, anthropology homework, followed closely by digital humanities homework. And then, drumroll please. Thank you very much. Psychology. Just kidding. My life is basically school, and I can't wait until, what is it, in 2 weeks we'll be done? Is it right? Yeah.
Yeah, what is it? Next week is Dead Week. I think our school doesn't really abide by that rule.
Mm-mm.
I think a lot of other schools do, but we don't.
Yeah.
Dead Week is supposed to be no school class, studying for finals. But we always have class somehow.
I have class, yeah, and I have quizzes and homework assignments too. It's kind of insane. I don't know many schools that do abide by Dead Week, actually. My sister goes to UCO, and they don't abide by it either. So,
What does it mean to be anymore?
Exactly.
So I was trying to fiddle with this music that we have
Right.
and I thought I had the right song. It was 7. I pressed play, and
nothing.
player 2.
There it is.
Found it.
Do.
it.
That was your little sing-along earlier, wasn't it? That's okay.
Yeah.
How was your week?
It was good. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was really stressful, I have to say.
What happened?
I had to, me and Jeremy were procrastinators, and we were supposed to have a rough cut of a video for one of our classes
Right.
on Monday.
Was this the one you want me to help you with?
Yeah.
Sorry.
We got another guy to do it. He has a very deep voice, and it's very...
Monday. I
Yeah,
get it.
so we were in here from like 7 to midnight shooting the video.
Are you serious?
It was a long time.
Oh my gosh.
So you're kind of glad you didn't come,
I'm
huh?
extremely glad. I mean, no offense. I'm glad you guys got it done, but holy crap.
Yeah.
You shot it here in the Union?
We shot it in the radio booth.
Oh, no kidding.
The thing is, the door, no one can access the door after 8, so we had to keep somebody in here
At all times.
at all times, or else
Ooh.
bad things would have happened. So that was a pain in the butt, and I didn't get any sleep that night. And then, I don't know, it's just been stressful, but, we're almost done.
Yeah,
And,
tomorrow's going to be like a vacay, more or less. You could do it on
Hopefully.
Main Street, see your friends,
Yeah,
see
it's
some music.
Norman Music
drink some
Festival.
beer.
Big fan of Norman Music Festival.
Yeah, you were pretty avid about it earlier in the semester when you were telling me.
I love it.
Yeah.
It was so much fun last year, mainly because it was the first time I ever went, but it was the first time I could go and drink alcohol. If you like live music and alcohol and they mix well together, it's just so much
It's
fun.
just a party.
It's cool. It's something that really exclusive to Norman and the state of Oklahoma. It's exclusively, predominantly Oklahoma bands, and one of the rules is you can't play cover songs, so it has to be all your own material. So
that's awesome.
it's been a lot of fun. All the bars are hopping. They're gonna have some stages out today, and then tomorrow they're gonna close down Main Street, and people are gonna be walking out. They'll be selling beer on the streets. But hopefully, I hear there's some weather coming in tonight, so
Is there really?
some chance of, as Mr. Deere would say, precip.
Precip. It's going to rain.
But yeah,
Okay, so yes, there is a chance of rain, but, that's just part of Oklahoma. Oklahoma Strong. We just pull it in together and we just have a party with the rain. Wear T-shirts, white T-shirts.
white T-shirts, free drinks.
Exactly. That would be awesome, I'd have to say. So I'll probably see you out there. That'll be a nice way to end your week.
It's
At
going to be a nice
least.
way to end the school year.
Yeah, in general.
Then we're going to have a good summer.
Yeah.
Then we're going to have one more semester, or at least I am. And then I'm going to graduate. I'm going to have that degree. And then I have no idea what I'm going to do after that.
You have
and
no
it's exciting.
idea. Yeah,
it's
that
exciting.
is exciting. I mean,
And
that's
speaking of the future, we have a guy, Mr. Alexin, on. He'll explain what he's been up to after
Yeah.
school. And apparently he scared a bunch of intro students today, so
Oh,
we'll be
I'm
able to
excited to
talk
hear
to
about
them a
this.
little bit about that.
Putting the fear inside their souls. Nothing's
only,
better.
It's the only way to do it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I remember in high school when they would have college students come and visit us. It's like, college is hell. You will never get out.
It's funny
Run.
because in one of my classes, we have it inside a studio. We
Yeah.
just sit in the middle of a studio, and they always have like high school tours coming in.
Oh,
and every time
gosh.
they come in, we were always like, "Stay as long as you can. Don't come to college. It's terrible." We just like to scare all the kids.
Oh, my God. And it's funny when they come through here because they look at you like you're an endangered species. I'm like, it's okay. I'm not going to bite you. But you can, you see some of them, and they come in through here while we're on the radio show, and they look at us, and they're like waving at us and poking at the glass. I'm like, please don't touch
Taking
the glass.
pictures.
Yeah.
And we try to get their attention all the time.
My sisters would joke with me. Both my sisters are blonde. And they say that with me being an endangered species, being a redhead, that I'm going to be put in a museum behind glass, and they'll come visit me. Isn't that nice? That's just so nice. Shout out to Christy and Julia.
I didn't know you had 2 sisters.
I have 4 siblings total.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 2 older. Go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah, an older brother, 2 older sisters, and a younger brother. But yeah, with the Brady Bunch, the Brady Bunch.
That would have been 4 and 4.
Mhm.
And Alice. Can't forget Alice.
Say who?
Alice from the Brady Bunch.
Oh, I've never actually seen an episode. I just know the song. Is that awful?
Yeah, it's like you saying you didn't know who Hanson was. Still don't know.
Oh, those girls.
No, they're not girls. They look like
they're
girls.
girls. They're
I thought they were
girls.
girls when I was growing
They
up
just
too.
missed their bows and their hair. That's about it.
All right, we're gonna go take a break. When we get back, we will have Mr. Alexin on to speak. So you are listening to This and That. I think I transitioned
Very
a
nice.
lot better in that time.
As smooth as a hot knife on butter.
This and That, Keegan Mina, Angel Burke, with our friend, Mr. Mark Alexin.
Do
Mark.
I need to take my shirt off to that music? That was
That was pretty sexy.
That was
wasn't it?
Yeah.
that was through the grapevine by the Slits, I believe they're called. It's a Yeah.
We got the webcam. We can make some money out of this.
We could. That would be interesting.
How am I sounding, y'all? A little weak.
I'll do a little.
Should it's
Like, it's this way?
yeah,
Gosh.
yeah, it's trust me, this is my microphone and I hate it. I'm using Jeremy's and I love it. Make sure that
Jeremy,
this
you're never
little
welcome
dot
back.
right here, you're speaking to this side.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
There you are.
I sound like voice and stuff.
Voice
You can
and
also
stuff, I love
adjust
it.
your little
Which
audio.
one am I?
I think you're the one on the right.
This one?
I think so.
Hello.
Can you hear yourself better?
I don't care.
Okay. Mark Alexin, former co-worker of mine, he actually had a show on here about 10 years ago on The Wire, and he's a former OU student. So, Mark, living out in Austin now, huh?
That's right.
OU alumni representing in Texas.
It's weird because I do a lot of UT sports, and it's, yeah, it's odd.
Traitor.
A blasphemer.
To pay the
Blasphemer.
bills. Gotta
Gotta pay the bills.
pay the bills.
Money makes you do some crazy things like work for Texas.
They played OU in baseball, was it 2 weeks ago
Yeah.
or something? And OU won 2 out of 3 games, and it was so awkward because I was like, yes. And people there are getting
Screaming on the
upset.
inside.
Yeah, I was like, this is fun. We're winning by a lot. Oh. I had to wear an OU shirt when we came up the other day because it's just too much orange, like a lot of orange.
I bet it gets tiring.
Do they pay you enough to wear orange?
I don't have to wear it, at least. I'm worried there's going to be a day where we get a uniform because it's going to be like the
The polos.
The polo with the
little logo.
the horn logo. I was at a
That's why
game.
there's tape. Just put
the
electric
thing-
tape over it. Yeah. Go ahead.
Bevo was at one of the games. The cow was there.
No kidding.
And he's just standing there drooling, and people are doing selfies with the cow. This is weird. I'm trying to like be
It's okay.
social.
You
and
don't
I
have
can
to-
like
you can
sit on
just
your
look
lap or
straight.
something and
You can just look at the,
the screen.
let's see. You can just look at that if you want.
I don't want to look at the
Yeah,
cam. Stare down.
Mark's a little freaking out all the new technology we have in the Wire booth.
This is the same. This is now
The
I think
audio console?
2006. I'm surprised it lasted this long. No one spilled their cola beverage on it or whatnot.
Yeah, they're half lemonade, half water. Shout out to you, Jeremy.
I mean, I don't know. But
I
like,
always
yeah,
bring
he's
candy
saying
in here.
our music system's different, but it smells the same, right?
Yeah, it's got that locker room equipment type feel. You know,
Mm.
it smells like collegians.
Smells like home. Yeah. And the floors.
The carpet's the same. The carpet has not changed in the 10 years since.
Kind of want to put my bag on the counter.
Yeah, don't put a black light in here. God
Oh,
knows
God.
what we will find.
Semen.
I'm pretty sure
I
we'll
wasn't
find.
going that route, but you took it to a new level, sir.
Jeez. Back to PG,
This
please.
place is a mess. Dusted for semen.
I wonder if there are some things in here that are living that haven't been found by nature.
Like
a
Humans.
mouse?
Like, oh, well, I'm not going yeah.
Or an
gross.
infestation. I don't know. It's pretty. They keep this room pretty cold.
I always
Yeah.
like the bare room in the back. There's nothing. You put a couch there.
I don't know why they have it. That'd be kind of cool.
Have you been in the Wire office at all?
Yeah.
Is that couch still there?
I don't remember. I think.
Ooh, is there
Is it a leather couch? A black leather couch?
It's like red.
I don't think so.
Okay, good. Because in 2007, my music director at the time, this guy named John Cope, and they were throwing the couch out, and we like took it from, and brought it to the Wire office, and it remained there. We had a big ice storm in 2007, and so there was like no power in Norman,
Right.
and people were sleeping on that couch.
Ew.
It was really, like walk in, lights are out, turn them on. There's a guy sleeping on the couch.
Oh,
You gotta do what you gotta do
gosh.
sometimes.
And it's not a big couch; it's a tiny couch. Like you would have
Like
a
a
hard
love
time.
seat?
Yeah, you would have a hard time in that couch.
Yeah, I'm pretty tall.
You look
according,
giant.
According to you, I'm pretty tall.
Then it would be like perfect for me.
Well, you know how in this hallway, the ceiling's really short.
Right.
So I'm walking, I see him, and I'm like almost touching the ceiling. He's like, "Man, you're tall."
It's like a giant.
I know. I'm
greeting
telling
me.
you. I don't know what he drinks. I
It
think
was
it's.
Hodor.
I drink my tea. Hodor. How about that? Game
How
of
about them
Thrones.
apples?
We had we caught up. We were behind by like 2 seasons, and we're like now we're only the latest episode behind. So
It's good.
what do the kids watch these days?
I don't know. I'm not a kid.
What do the youth of America watch these
I
days?
guess they watch like reality TV.
I did
Yeah.
some high school football, and they had high school students run camera, and I just would make small talk. I'm like, "What's your favorite show?" And they're like, "Oh, we really like The Arrow and Flash." I'm like, "Me too," and I'm like 20 years older than you people. So
You could relate.
yeah, they kind of looked at me like, "Oh."
He's. Oh,
I
no.
find it weird now that I've reached that age where I'm 22 and 9-year-olds are watching SpongeBob, but I was watching SpongeBob when I was their age, and they've seen the same episodes as me. So when I say that, the Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me, they know what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Krusty Krab pizza.
I was your age when Star Wars, the new ones, came out.
I
No
was my
kidding.
age too.
That was a big deal.
Actually, I just watched Star Wars Episode 4 the other day, because I'm amped. I saw the teaser for the new Star Wars trailer.
It's good. You still have a speaker out there you can yell at people?
Yeah, it doesn't work all that well.
Hey,
I
yellow
think
shirt.
people intentionally ignore us.
I don't think they can. Honestly, there's that.
That
We
she looked at
compete.
you.
We compete against that music coming from that TV out across the way.
I'm gonna see who we can talk to. All right, what we got here? All right, earbuds, looking good. Happy Friday, man. You've done it. You made it through the week. Congratulations. Nope, nothing. What else we got?
There was a lot of high schoolers here last time, and they could hear us.
They had a speech debate class or competition here, and there's like all these high schools, and they just like swarmed.
Good
the
move,
union.
man. Got some leftovers. You'll need that in class later. Good job. Thumbs up. You're not looking.
Nope.
See?
He's got headphones on too.
So they all got all headphones. Delivery guy looks like he's doing some delivering.
Full of delivering.
This is what I did. Yeah,
You sit here and
just harass people. One
I think
time.
we should put the webcam out the window.
We
No, we're not allowed
should.
to. Not
Oh.
allowed
Oh,
to.
really?
Yeah. We asked.
Hi, have a good day.
Happy Friday.
Gosh, no, I think they hate us.
Be careful when you're texting on your phone. Don't walk into anyone. It'll be awkward. Be
Always-
careful.
I did that last week, and oh my gosh, it was weird.
You did what?
I walked into somebody. I had headphones
Yeah.
on, and I was looking at my phone, and I was trying to change the music, and then all I see is this shadow in front of me, thinking they're going around me, right? No. And I mean, there was a taller guy, so I go right into his chest, and it was like that. Squish.
Was he attractive?
No.
Oh,
That could have been like a chance meeting, soulmate, right
That's
there.
what I was
So-
thinking, and then I looked up, and I was like, oh. I'm
I've
sorry. No
always-
offense to him if he's listening.
I want to do like a hidden camera show where I walk with people and they're on their phones and I just stop in front of them and then they look at me and I go, "That's what happens when you text and walk."
Yeah, you should stand
and then
there
I
with,
smack the phone in their hands and I run off.
It's like a PSA.
Oh, that's awful. Do you
Yeah.
believe in karma, Keegan?
Comma, chameleon. Yes, I do.
Okay, just thought I'd check. Before you do that little shenanigan, just thought I'd verify. Anyway, yeah, so,
We could stage it.
and video it,
Don't walk and text.
and put it on the Wire Facebook page.
Walking and texting causes 8 awkward moments per day. Don't be an awkward
Number
moment.
1,
For 20
going
cents a
grabbing.
day.
Number 2, broken cell phones. Number 3,
For
ugly guy.
For 20 cents a day, you can
Oh.
stop a child texting and
Ask
walking.
For more. Ask
For 40 cents a day.
Ask for more.
For 60 cents a day.
More.
90 cents, $1.25 a day.
Austin's a hands-free city, so you can't do the phone talking and texting on it.
That's like
when
a
you're
breach
walking?
against your
Well, no, you can drive. And I mean, when you're walking, you can talk. When you're driving, you
Oh.
can't talk.
Oh, well, yeah. I think that's in Oklahoma,
that should
too.
be everywhere. I don't know why people don't abide by it.
I think they do.
College towns are the worst, though.
Oh man.
I can assure you there are more people texting and driving than there are not people texting and driving in the city of Norman.
I almost had somebody rear-end me because she was like looking down her phone. I guess she let off her brake and she was just rolling to me. I just laid on my horn and was like,
And she
not
drives
today.
a Beamer, so
Don't
fancy.
mention that. It doesn't
hey,
matter
and
if I'm
her
driving
license
in a
plate is this.
Shut
her
up.
address is this, and the time she is available and away from her car,
Oh
or
my
this is where
gosh.
she keeps her keys.
You're so weird.
Have you ever noticed towards the end of the semester the spaciness of the students walking around campus and driving?
The spacing, like as in they're a lot closer and like,
They just don't know what's going on.
yeah.
Jeremy always said that it's like that because, you get these freshmen, they're away from their parents for the first time, they get to do whatever they want. I'll tell you, Norman is the best town in the summertime when no one's here.
Oh my gosh, it is so much fun. You can get into restaurants without waiting 30 minutes.
You can get from one end to the other in like 2 minutes.
You can go down Lindsay without spending an hour on the street.
At 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
I know.
It's
Mind blown.
insane.
I know.
In the membrane.
Like
Turn it
before, I
away.
would get like a drink and like a hot dog, and I'd have my dinner while I'm going down Lindsay, and it would take the entire meal. I mean, to that of the straw and everything. I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's insane in the membrane.
I just can't wait until let's see, you graduate next semester. I have 2
Hopefully.
semesters to go. And then we'll come back here and be like, oh, jolly good times.
I remember when I was a DJ 10 years ago.
And we'll get on somebody. We'll befriended somebody who's on the wire like 10 years, and then we'll be on their show, and it'll be like 20 years for him.
Carpet. This is the same carpet that was in here when we were in
I'm
here.
living in the back on the dirty couch.
Yeah, the red couch. I'm telling you, we could make a serious movie out of this. Make millions. We better copyright this before they, take it. What's that face for? You don't like the idea?
I don't see a whole movie in a radio show. In a world where a radio show had a multi-million-dollar blockbuster hit sensation, 3 people defined the odds once again. That's amazing.
I'd buy a ticket.
It's like a, yeah.
Cha-chinga.
I think only 3 people would buy tickets.
Or us.
No, I wouldn't buy one.
Oh. Oh, well, that changes things, doesn't it?
So what you got there on the computer?
I got myself, I'm trying to do Jeremy's tasks. And I really wish he was here.
You're multitasking.
We love you, Jeremy. Shout out to you if you're listening. He's probably laughing at us, actually.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah,
Can you make the webcam wider?
Whiter?
Wider, like a wide shot.
No, it's up there.
That's
I
how
don't
they
know.
look?
I don't know how to do. Yeah.
I look really
No,
bald.
Yeah, you are bald.
Well, yeah, but there's a little hair left.
Don't kid yourself.
I try. Now it's just me and half of Keegan's face. The way God intended it.
Me and half of Keegan's face.
I
That's the
think
name of our hit single.
A whopping 2 to 3 people watching on the webcam.
Whopping.
I'm
trying to.
I used to have my mom listen when I would do the show. That was my only listener.
My mom is the reason we have Facebook fans. She told practically everybody she knew to like my page.
You gotta listen to
She
the radio
got
show.
a lot of when we first started, our first 3 shows, and then I have all her friends, and my mom always goes, "That's my Keegan.
That
You're so
is
handsome.
so cute.
That's my son. He's got his own radio show. Look at my son. He's so
God.
precious."
You can watch him on the webcam.
Keegan, I want to meet your mom now.
Okay.
Yeah. Are they in Oklahoma?
Yeah, they live in Choctaw.
Oh, yeah, we talked about this.
No kidding. I used to live in Jones.
I used to live in Choctaw. I went
Really?
to Choctaw High School.
You did?
I went to Jones High
My
School.
brother
We
went
used
to
to drive
Choctaw.
to Choctaw on our open campus break.
Didn't the school burn down one year or something?
Yeah, we lived in a trailer park kind of thing. We had shirts that said, "You mess with me, you're messing with the whole trailer park." Hashtag Jones High School.
Yeah.
You should have heard her stories about her diary we had on the other day.
Oh.
We played this really dramatic music. We're like, "Dear diary,
Today,
was a bad day."
I gave my dog Reese's.
I had a Zanga blog. I think that's
I
the
had a
closest-
Zanga
the
growing up.
Closest thing I had
I had
to it.
Neopets.
Zanga's online.
You guys are like,
I like the silence that just happened for a second in the turn of
do you not know what that is?
Are those a little...
Zanga's before MySpace.
I know. I didn't have that
And then
one.
you said Neopets.
Which is another form of communication with
It's
animation. It's better than Pokemon.
No.
Yeah, I
I
thought I'd spark
know.
something there.
I had a
Mhm.
Furby.
So did I. I thought it was possessed.
Okay. I'm going to talk about the weather.
Okay.
Because this is Jeremy's job, and I have to do it now. I'm going to use all this terminology. Ready?
Ready.
Today, on April 24th, conditions are going to be cloudy with 50% chance of rain. High is 73, low of 56, with south winds 18 miles per hour. I guess that's how you say it. But Saturday should clear up. We're going to have a high of 85, a low of 54, with 0 chance of precip. And then Sunday, we're also going to have sunny days, 80 degrees, high, 56 low, with 10% chance of precip. So you are listening to This and That on the Wire, your student.
You're listening to This and That
I hope I'm normal. I think so.
with Keegan
Yes, everything is one. You have nothing to do with it. I am one with what I am.
and Jeremy,
I wish I could talk in Technicolor.
only on The Wire, your student radio.
I'm getting the hang of this transition stuff.
doing
now.
well.
Thanks.
We're just going to have to kick Jeremy out.
You know what? Maybe we should.
Maybe we should. Start a riot.
Let's vote. I vote we kick Jeremy off the show. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Do I get a vote?
Yeah, you can vote.
I'm just a guest.
That's okay. You're in the room.
Your vote only counts for half.
No,
though.
I'm going to say no, so that way it sounds diplomatic.
Okay, so
Um,
2.5. But
no.
yeah, we win. So
Well,
bye, Jeremy. Nice knowing you.
It was a good run. We had a good run, Jeremy. But nonetheless, it happens.
You doing this next semester?
Toodaloo.
I technically can't do it as a class anymore for the practicum, but we're thinking about just doing it for the heck of it.
Independent study.
You can.
Can I?
Mind blown. I could get credit for this then. Because I was voluntold.
Voluntold.
Yeah,
To
we,
get
we've
some-
kind of forced her. She was a guest on our show last season, I guess you'd say. And we're like, we need a girl on our show. And you've stuck with it, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Because you've shown up. You've shown up.
Thank you, I think. So,
Yes.
we could do this independent study, and we can make memories, and we can have more Facebook likes, and we can go on and conquer the world and drink beer at the end of the day. Oh, I wasn't done. Go ahead.
Yes, we could.
What a beautiful world.
Hi, I'm Keegan Mino.
I'm Angel Burke.
And I'm a random guy.
And together, we can help prevent AIDS. For 40 cents a day,
Ask for more.
60 cents a day, just the price of a cup of coffee.
Unless it's Starbucks coffee, then it's usually $2 or $4, but you get the point.
Grande or What-
Venti or
Venti, Vini Vici.
Super venti,
what is it? Venti, grande, tall. That's it.
tall.
I actually ordered tall to make me feel better about myself. So you can put tall and me in the same sentence, and it's like, yes, success.
You said you had something to tell us.
I
Spring
did.
break.
Should I wait until, not spring break, but should I wait until we do news? Because it's a big thing. Like, I feel like I need some clapping bacon or something.
No, do it now.
Okay. So, what is today? Friday. Wednesday. I get some paperwork in, and I'm like, hey, I got some mail. Awesome. Never really get mail often, right? Look at the letter. It's got this fancy little symbol on it. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Sorry. So I open it up, and I pull it out. Dun, dun, dun. Angel gets served jury duty on finals week.
Nice.
You should have seen me, like, tremble to the ground and, like, melt like water.
It's the end of the world.
It was.
You get paid to do jury duty. You know that, right?
No, I did not.
Yeah, they don't just take you away and just force you to work for nothing.
But it sounded like it was.
You
It
don't get a
said
lot.
summoned or commanded to come to this location on May 4th, and I was like, oh.
Just because you
no.
get selected doesn't mean you actually be on the jury.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
can provide a reason as to
Well, I
why
did.
you can't partake. They'll get like 40 of you, and then they'll pick only a handful.
Right. Okay. So today was the day not today. I'm sorry. Next week was the day. Next Friday, I was supposed to go in there with all my documents saying I can't do it because of this and this and this, and I'm supposed to bring all this paperwork forward. Right. Well, that day or the day previously, the Thursday before that, I leave to Alabama for Talladega.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I can't. Like, I'm freaking out, right? I call his number, and they're like, yeah, don't worry about it. Just send us, your fax us the picture of your ID, and then the summons letter, and we'll take you off. And I was like, it was a moment. I don't know why I, like, freaked out the way I did, but it was difficult for me to take things like that last
Have
minute.
you ever been served, Mark?
I have not.
That's why I don't vote.
Oh, come on.
I'm just kidding.
How disappointed I was in you.
I haven't voted, though.
I don't vote. I'm not even
Have you ever-
registered.
Wow, that's weird. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be registered to. They take that out of the voter registration,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you are registered to vote
No, I'm
in
not.
some place.
Well, they told me to go change my driver's license because it had my parents' address on it and not my Norman address. And since I was in a different county, I guess I couldn't serve, something like that. But anyway, while I was getting my driver's license, I registered to vote. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's my life in a nutshell.
Have you ever had jury duty?
I have not.
I could see you liking jury duty.
I could see myself liking it too. I would wish if I did get jury duty that I'd have like some cool serial killer murder case.
It'll be
Or like 4 murders and 7
Or like,
murders.
yeah, something like super big, like an O.J. Simpson, like Aaron Hernandez trial, or
Michael Brown.
you'll get
Yeah.
some guy selling weed.
Yeah.
That'll be your trial.
well, he's guilty, obviously, guys. Come on,
I can tell a guilty man the second he walks in the door.
he
That
just.
mustache says something about you, sir.
I mean, his stench just smells like guilty.
And then death and
What
blood.
What do you do for a hobby? I study body language.
Yeah, right. Oh, how
I
awkward.
don't know.
If you work in the news industry, I had a friend whose wife was a reporter at KFOR at the time, and he got jury duty. And they were like, "Well, what do you do?" And he's like, "I'm a geologist," or whatever he was doing. He's like, "What does your wife do?" He's like, "Oh, she's a reporter at KFOR." And they're like, "Have a good day, sir." And they kicked him off the jury.
Seriously, just like that.
Huh?
Fancy.
So what you're saying is the news people?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? I could go to my advantage.
So you could say you work for a
I work for a-
collegiate news agency.
So I could be like, I work for OU student radio. And they'd be like, sorry, can't have you in here.
And I'm like, hey, you
They're
know,
like, what's student radio?
I know, right? What's that? Is it on AM or FM?
It's on the wire. Your student radio.
Yeah. I should say it in my radio voice too. It's on the wire.
Actually, they're gonna change the name.
What?
What? Why?
I don't know if I have the right to say it, but I'm not gonna tell you
You can
guys.
tease it and say,
Let's just say it's not gonna be the wire much longer. With the transition to FM radio, there are going to be some name
I don't
cha-
know anything. Tell me about
Oh,
the
you
FM.
haven't heard?
No.
We just got approved by the FCC to conduct or create a radio tower,
Very cool.
lo-fi FM radio. And
no.
it was supposed to be this semester. It's going to be on 95.5.
Nice.
We're going to share it.
We tried AM when I was here. It was like 1710 AM. It worked like a block. It was on top of the tower.
It worked like a block.
It worked like a block around in campus. If it was nighttime, you could probably hear it at like Hideaway Pizza. But we had like T-shirts. Everyone was going like internet at that time. We were like, no, we're going AM. Going classic mono
That's
static-y radio.
Mono static.
Mono-static-y.
It's the only kind of radio.
That's perfect.
What are you queuing up there?
I'm just, queuing up the next song whenever we go. And the thing, what I don't like about this system, especially it's happened on our show almost every single time, is we'll play a song and it'll play like 4 seconds and it'll go black for like
Really?
7 seconds. And when we have to go back onto the push our buttons, we're like, okay, guys, you know the drill. We got to talk for a few more seconds. And there we go. Okay, we're listening to the Wire Student Radio.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
used to be an automated system where it had like a play clock, and students would come in and stop it and talk and then start it up again. And what it would do is it would just screw up the clock so bad. It'd be like, was it like 1:48 on a Friday? The computer would say it's like noon on a
Yeah.
Thursday.
It
and
used to be a lot worse. That clock and this clock and this clock, they're all different.
too many clocks.
And I don't know which one to abide by
Too
anymore.
bad you don't have the Coldplay song
just
clocks.
pick one.
You
Well, we might. I don't know. I don't think so.
can search the library.
Nope. Princess of China.
Princess of China.
It's
That's
off.
not the same.
Nope. So, you're visiting back in Norman because your wife Blair is partaking in the OKC Memorial Marathon.
Yeah, she's a crazy person. She did the Austin Marathon back in February, and then she wanted to do the Oklahoma City Marathon, and like 26 miles. It's amazing that she can run 26 miles.
Is it not a goal of yourself?
I do cycling,
Okay.
so I do like 50-mile bike ride in May, and then a 100-mile one in October. But I'm sitting and
wow.
I'm just doing this. I mean, she's running.
it's
and-
full strength, full
Yeah.
adrenaline, and
she
everything.
did that last year too,
Mhm,
right?
she ran
you
it
guys
last
came
year.
back last
Wow.
year.
How many marathons have she ran?
This will be her third. She did a half OKC marathon in 2014.
13?
13. And then yet last year she did the full. So she
Amazing.
had all these medals on like our bedpost, and I'm just like baseball caps and whatnot. So.
Comic books.
Comic books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Oh.
When are you guys going back?
We're thinking Tuesday.
Because Hastings is having a free comic book day on like May 5th or something.
May 2nd. That's a National Comic Book Day.
Oh, wow.
Nerds unite.
I can go on and on, but I will stop.
Well, you they have a Hastings in Austin, right?
I don't think so.
No?
Is the Hastings still open in Norman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My friend thought it was a grocery store until I showed him. It looks like a grocery store from outside.
With the big picture block things. Is that the one?
Hastings is off Main Street. It's near Hobby Lobby in
Oh,
Norman.
across the street from Hobby
Yeah,
Lobby?
like a little further down. It's a
Gotcha.
big green building.
Do they still rent videos and
Yeah.
stuff there? Wow.
I haven't rented one. I'm
yeah.
surprised it's still in business, honestly.
Me too. So that I'm going to play the old man. What's here now?
Okay.
That wasn't there. So when you're going down Lindsay and there's the gas station, they're building that giant apartment complex now.
Yeah.
I don't
It's-
remember what was there before.
There was
There was
nothing.
nothing.
Okay, good. Because I was like, man, what was there?
In fact, I think it makes it look worse
For
with those
yeah.
apartments because it's like swallowing up little Brahms and little gas station. I mean, like, I feel bad.
For the longest time, I had no idea what they were even building. They've been doing that since last July.
Really?
And then, further up Lindsay, there's what used to be an old garage maybe or an old gas station. Now it's Big Daddy's.
Oh yeah, that used to
Something.
be a
It used to be like some kind of.
It used to be
Dealer.
Texadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Texas. And then before that, it was Einstein Bagels.
Really?
Yeah. that Texadelphia used to steal your debit card number. They had an employee, so I stopped eating there after a while.
Oh my gosh.
What else? I used to live in the Commons, which one of them burned down a few years ago.
Yeah, Commons.
So,
The Ave is the place to be, apparently.
where's that?
No, the Ave is terrible.
Is it really?
It's yeah. I have some friends that live in the Ave, and the walls are so thin.
Mm.
Every apartment's walls
Not
are
mine.
thin.
Well,
Where do you live?
I live in Brandywine, where Jeremy lives.
Where's that at?
It's
It's
kinda-
it's at the far end of Lindsay, away from the highway. You know where that CSL Plasma is? There's a plasma store, and
It's almost like on your way out of
yeah,
the
it's
town.
like I'm almost on the outskirts of Norman.
Okay, so
It's
they,
just down the street. It's like a mile and a half.
But
down the
it's
road.
so much more cleaner than some of the apartments that are like
It's
super
quiet, except with
close.
the exception of my former deaf neighbors below me.
Oh my gosh. Have you talked about this on the air
I think
yet?
I probably have several times.
Tell me again the story.
Have you heard about my deaf?
I have not.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna enjoy this.
Talk.
Hold on, let me get the music. Keep talking for a sec.
Okay. So this story, he told me right before we went into class, and I was in tears, like weak in the knees, about to drop my backpack, and almost crying. I was like laughing so hard, and then it's like, oh, time to go to class.
Definitely not the right thing.
So let me tell you about my neighbor. No, that's. Oh, there you
There
go.
you go.
There you go.
Tell me.
About a year ago, I had these people below me move in. It's no big deal. A few days go by, and I realize they're pretty loud. So one day I'm selling these chairs on Craigslist, and on the guy's car, it said, "Car for sale." Not the right song, but anyway, I'm gonna forget the music.
It's okay. Go on. Tell me the
Keep
story.
going. Keep going.
It's a car for sale, but text only. And I'm selling these chairs outside of my apartment complex, and then I see the guy, and he's signing, and I was like, "Oh, it makes so much sense now. Text only, he can't hear." So, okay, they're deaf. That's understandable. And then from then on out, they got progressively worse. I'll tell you.
Okay. I'm gonna say I was.
They
about to-
came up and they knocked on my door and they said hi. Well, they
They
texted
they
me.
texted hi.
They
yeah.
texted on their phone. They said, "Hi, my name's Seth," and I forget the girl's name, but they were a deaf couple. They were probably my age, maybe a little younger, and they're like, "Can we be friends?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So
No, wait. When they're a little apart, like before you found out they were deaf, that they were like, super
yes.
loud?
I thought they were drug dealers for the longest time.
because they
Mark.
would get up like at super late hours.
Because people would be knocking on their door at like 2, 3 in the morning, like
not
twice.
just knocking, like pounding.
Yeah, pounding on the door. I'm
Like they're relying on the vibrations of the wall to inform
Yep.
them that there's somebody at the door, and so they would be pounding on the door.
and it's always late at night. So my assumption is they gotta be selling drugs. That's
They
too
gotta
many-
He got
too many-
mad. He got viciously mad. He was like, "What the beep beep beep?"
Yeah.
And like he got super mad, and then he
Found
finds
they
out
were
they're deaf.
And then
Felt really bad.
Oh, I didn't know why, because they were hell on earth. I've never experienced. I hope no one ever has to go through whatever I went through.
I had a verbal abusive neighbor that when I was living in Midtown, Oklahoma City, that our bedroom was their living room,
Was against your bedroom.
and I know the guy's name, I know his pant size, I know where that just from them yelling at each other. It was so. The day we moved out, they were arguing, and I called the cops on them. I was like, I'm done with you. So we were literally like
That's
packing up the truck.
awful.
Norman apartment story. The subway off, is it 12th Street? Sooner Road turns into 12th Street or wherever that street is.
Yeah.
12.
No, Flood Street.
12th, yes.
Yeah,
12th.
kind of the outskirts.
It's next to that little like rinky-dink car dealership.
Yeah, and there's a subway and there's an apartment complex there.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
So that-
Triad Village, I think it's called.
Yeah, that apartment complex, if you are an outpatient at Griffin, they hold you up in there. And I had a friend live there, and a guy just came in and just sat in his living room. Came in the open door and just
Are you
hung out.
kidding me?
Nope.
Did he call the cops or
No.
something?
He's like, you can't be here. You can't.
What did he do? Did he leave?
The guy gets to basically leave. Just left. So can you imagine like some guy showing up and just
Like
I would-
what was his door doing unlocked?
It's Norman. It's a friendly town, you know.
Yeah, so you
I bring out
think.
my 12 gauge
I've
shotgun.
I've heard gunshots
Uh-huh.
just down the street from my apartment complex. I go, is that 2 or 3? I don't remember.
See, in Austin, I want that to happen because it'll keep my rent lower. So I'm like, if you hear a gunshot, you're like, yeah, there's
Yeah, money's going down.
$50 off rent next year. Yeah.
They actually they bumped up mine by $20 starting this month.
Not enough gunshots.
Not enough gunshots.
Yeah, I haven't heard any gunshots in a while.
You know, Austin. I've heard a lot of good things about Austin.
Austin, it would be the only town I would like to live if I had to move to Texas.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Well, yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of like the grown-up version of Norman, isn't it?
It's like what Portland and
Like
all
a
those.
cousin
Yeah.
It's like its
Norman?
its own place.
It kind of reminds me of San Jose now because there's like Google and Apple there, and
No kidding.
yeah, so it's become kind of like a tech town, which has caused housing prices and rent prices just get like ridiculous. But
I know Google takes really good care of their employees. Like, don't they have like a recreational area and like a
They're
place they can
taking
take
over the
naps?
world, though.
I had actually
Really?
in an interview at Apple. They
Oh.
they were looking
Did you?
for tech. They have a corporate office there, and they're looking for someone to do Final Cut tech support. We were talking about this earlier. And I was doing so much freelance, I really didn't study up on the interview. So, have you guys watched the show Silicon Valley?
No,
No.
I don't have a television.
There's a company called Hooli. It's a spoof of Google, and the company was just like I walk in, like wait in the lobby, like the ergonomic, like chairs that they
Yeah,
have with
fancy.
the white walls, like light gray carpet. They take me up to a conference room. I'm like across the table from 3 people, and there's like the webcam. Like I'm describing this using my hands when we're talking on the radio.
That's okay, webcam.
So yeah, and they were asking questions, and I was like, "What? Like, what's the main plugin of Logic?" And I'm like,
What is Apple?
Well, I know. They're like, what does ownership mean to you? And I'm like, I own a car. Is that
Oh my
I
gosh.
paid for it with
You
my.
know, Apple reminds me. Have you guys ever seen 50 Shades of Grey? Apple reminds
No.
me of Grey.
no, not at all.
Come on.
I haven't even read the book. I hear it's really good.
I'm gonna like tie you to your bed and then read it to
Isn't
you.
that like part of like the book though?
Tying it to to bed? Yeah.
There you go.
We're just
Didn't
reenacting, just
hey,
without
hey,
the physical touching.
Hey, I don't know about
Welcome
that.
to the Wire After Dark.
What I was trying to say was like, Apple reminds me of Gray Enterprises because it's all white and sleek and clean and mental office style.
Well,
So-
that's nice. I have no idea what you're talking
But
about.
didn't that start off as vampire fan fiction?
No,
I
you're thinking
think
of
it was a-
Twilight.
No, I thought the
Gray.
was a
Oh.
vampire.
Was he a vampire?
No, he's not a vampire. He's
But-
just filthy rich and kind of disgusting, but that's okay.
So vampire. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like Edward.
You were saying earlier before we started the show that you got a call back from that or something, that study.
Oh, yes. Talking about weird jobs. I can even play it on the mic if it works. So there's an article a friend of mine posted on Facebook. NASA was doing a study where you stay in bed for 3 months and you get paid to stay in bed. And
Oh
they,
my
they
gosh.
test like your muscle degeneration and stuff for like if you go to Mars. And I was like, I'll apply to that, thinking nothing will happen. Well, about a month later, I think will it work if I do the speakerphone or?
If you get it pretty close, I
I'll
can.
try.
You gotta. I'll bump up the audio.
Okay,
Maybe
let me
it'll
get
work.
this. So I got a call back from NASA.
Gosh. You should say that in your phone forever.
It is. This is like October. Hang on,
Let me know when you do it. I'm gonna cut our mics and then.
Hi, this is the test subject facility at NASA.
Okay.
Hi, this is the test subject facility at NASA, and I'm not sure if I spoke with you. I thought I left a message with you or spoke to you, and this is in regard to your interest in being a test subject here at NASA. If you want to give me a call, I'm at 281-483-7240. Again, it is 281-483.
She sounds too confused to be working at NASA.
So I like the test subject part.
You should do it. Did you call him back?
Nah.
I read an article.
Seriously?
I read an
You should
article.
have done it.
I read the article about the guy who actually did do it.
And?
He sat 3 months. Picture this: being in your bed for 3 months.
Can you watch
doing-
TV?
You can watch TV. They give you all this stuff, but
How do
you
you
can,
pee?
Yeah, how do
catheter.
I don't want
Oh, you pee
Huh.
out of a catheter for 3
Probably
months?
poop out of one too.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know.
going to say, how does that work?
But the thing is, he said he got really depressed. I mean,
that. Yeah.
and when people ask him, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm still here. Haven't done anything in 3 months." And then all that muscle mass that he hadn't used, he couldn't walk for a long time. It was crazy. It was
What?
insane. Yeah,
How much did they pay you, though?
Just 15,000 to stay in bed
for 3 months.
and lose your soul.
and
yeah.
lose your soul. Well, I don't have one to begin with, so it's all right.
I only have part of one.
So
Red
yeah,
beard.
so if you want to stay in bed, but yeah, I didn't think they would call back. I'm like, who is calling me from Houston? And then check the messages.
Wow.
They called twice. That was the second message. The first one I did not save. I was like, this will be a good conversation piece. I need to save this message.
That's insane. In the
They
membrane.
want your body.
Yeah, just lay there in bed. Can you imagine like being a married man and just staying in
Like,
bed?
I love you, honey, but I can't see you right now.
Turn to Homer Simpson in that Simpsons episode where he gained the weight to not have to work.
I just picture it at like you in a room by yourself with the one lonely spotlight, and everything else is pitch black dark. But it's like a really big room where you can hear people's footsteps and the echo.
And then there's that little small whispering of a song in the background. All by myself.
And then like occasionally somebody will walk in. Hello, Mr. Alexin. Here's today's newspaper, and we're gonna here's some tests. How are you feeling today?
My hair's long. I have fingernails like just.
You look
claws.
like
You have a
Jesus.
beard.
Yeah.
You're like, ah.
Shudder at the light.
Yeah, and then when he walks out, it's like the light, it burns his eyes. And then like he
This is
looks
another
like
movie idea.
he looks like Tom Hanks in Castaway.
I got a lot of peer pressure to do that job, though. You would have thought.
Well, I mean that's
yeah.
that's almost like getting selected for, I don't know, something so.
Like go to Mars or something. That's like being
They've
selected
actually
to go to
they're getting
Mars.
candidates for that now.
that
For their void, they'll never come back.
the reality TV show that they're doing about
Something
that.
like that, yeah.
I'd do it.
You're not gonna come back. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
you
will
die on
you will die on
Mars.
Mars.
I'd do it.
I wouldn't. I couldn't go into outer space. I'd be so scared.
They found with
No,
like the
like-
budget, it's only enough equipment and whatever for people would start dying within the first year, which would make for really good television. You know.
I don't know. Get a
Yeah.
cameraman
know.
out there too. Come on,
We have
Keegan.
I'm not gonna go to Mars.
Yeah, but think
What would be my motive? Why would I want to work?
you could be an alien. If you
Yeah.
had a child on Mars, you would have the first Martian.
How
Yeah.
cool would that be?
That's not worth
Wait, I
my
thought
life.
Disney already made a Martian.
No, the first a Martian is somebody from Mars.
Right.
So if you had a kid on Mars, they'd be a Martian.
But not the first.
Their birthplace
First
would
Martian.
be Mars.
Where were you born? Mars. What town is? What's the state is
No,
it
it's in Texas.
No, it's a planet.
The planet Mars.
I don't know. That kind of stuff just freaks me out. Like outer space freaks me out. Like I can watch Star Wars and all that stuff, but like I would freak out if I had to go to outer space.
Oh,
We
I'd love it. Sorry, go ahead.
the Star Wars cruises they have.
They have Star Wars cruises.
I'm not doing one until it actually goes into space. That's when I'm doing cruises. I'm doing a space cruise.
Have you done it before?
No.
Are you excited about this new Star Wars movie coming out?
Yeah.
Not very excited. Your face said otherwise.
Well, it's an indifference.
I'm trying to be hopefully optimistic. You know, too
Hoping
many
for the
people
best.
get too into stuff.
Yeah, Star Wars has
You're
a
like,
very
well,
loyal fan base.
Yeah.
Very loyal. I know, because my fiance bought a 1,500 costume for Halloween. Stormtrooper. Yeah.
Wow.
Imagine my fury.
He's going to Comic-Con and all that stuff.
He plans on it. Yes. Shout out to Trey.
By
Love you.
himself.
Well, I thought about dressing up as Leia.
You could do it. You give it the little little earmuff rolls, and
Right. I got enough hair to do it.
you wear the outfits she wore on Tatooine.
No,
Yeah.
no. He wanted me to, and I was like, "No, you mean nerds are gonna be getting a hurt." No. Anyway,
The Wire
could do-
After Dark.
yeah, we should
This
start a
is the
segment.
Wire after
Give
dark.
us a call and tell us what you're into on
Bow,
The Wire.
bow, bow.
We're gonna have some soft, slow jams, some breezy jazz of the 1990s, and we're gonna kick it off with a little Kenny G action
Kenny G.
here, only on this and that.
I'm more into the Avengers mode right now, and then I'll worry about Star Wars
See,
after.
I'm not interested in the Avengers.
Why not?
I saw the one movie.
Well, Mark, I just don't see. I don't know. Like, there's no story. It's a blockbuster. I understand that you get all these big paid actors, but they lack storyline and it's all action. It's
There's
just
explosions.
I go see a Michael Bay film then.
Explosions and the Hulk.
And guns and
well,
cars.
I'm sold. I'm sorry.
You're like, you got me at guns.
you had me at explosions.
You guys gonna bring your guns to the Norman Music Festival this weekend?
You haven't heard, have you? There's a lawsuit going on with Norman Music Festival that they're not allowing people to have guns,
Are you kidding me?
and that's
There's a
striked up.
lawsuit.
Your Second Amendment right, America.
And I get it. You know, what's Norman Music Festival. It's not really like blocked off. It's a free event, so you can go out there whenever you want and you can have a good time. And it's pretty much just walking down Main Street.
Right.
And I get why they don't want people with guns because alcohol, I mean, especially if they're selling it outside, alcohol and guns don't mix well.
And there's so many people that you're going to be rubbing elbows with a lot of people. Yeah, there is an expectation of friction in whatever form, but that is against your rights.
Yeah, it's like if it was blocked off and they charge tickets, I could see them not allowing. Like Center of the Universe, which is in Tulsa, it's a lot like Norman Music Festival. It's downtown Tulsa, and it's a lot of fun. I'm going this year too, but I could see them not allowing guns more than Norman Music Festival. But I'm excited for Norman Music Festival, and we'll be out there on Saturday. I'll be out there from 1 to 3. So will Jeremy, hopefully. If he comes back, I'm scared.
I remember I did the first Norman Music Festival in
That was-
2008.
Yeah, that was 8 years ago.
Was it 8 years ago?
Yeah, this is the 8th Norman Music Festival.
It's okay. Deep breaths. You'll get through this.
Was it?
Polyphonic Spree was the headliner, or Montreal, or one of those
Oh,
bands.
wow.
Or
Rah Rah Riot is the headliner this year. Some hipster band.
they're the best.
Speaking of hipster bands, I'm going to dress up like a full-fledged hippie.
That's a difference between hipsters and hippies. Hippies would go to a Grateful Dead concert. Hipsters would use a typewriter on a park bench. Sitting on a park bench.
You can't shake a stick without hitting a hipster in Austin. It's ridiculous.
I bet that's like hipster capital.
That's awesome.
There's a pizza place down the street from us. It looks like, and all the employees are sad hipsters, so we call it the place where hipsters go to die. So
Oh my god.
they all have like their sleeve tattoos, and they all seem so depressed.
When I was living in Alaska, I did. This is like kind of when the hipsters kind of. I didn't know what a hipster was. I never heard of the term before, but there was this like morning breakfast place in downtown Anchorage, and I looked at these people that work there, and I'm like, these people very peculiar. Like I could see them living in California. They like to wear flannel, and they have tattoos and gauges, and they don't seem to be benefiting much with their lives. And then years later, I was like, oh, those people were hipsters.
They all make sense now.
I got called a hipster a lot.
Really?
Yeah. This one guy at Target that I worked with was a real prick. Because I had a beard, I was a hipster.
You were Target in Midwest City.
I was.
As long as you wear plaid, you look like a lumberjack.
I have
not...
2 plaid shirts. I don't wear them that often.
I'm happy plaid's coming back.
I look good in plaid. I'm
I
just
do
going to
too.
say.
Irish.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Right?
Well, I zoned out.
Irish people wearing plaid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, good for you guys.
We look awesome in it. It's attractive. We get it. It's okay.
But yeah, hipsters.
Yeah.
You'll see a bunch of them tomorrow. I think you'll see the random people who just like, hey, look, there's noise coming from this street. We're going to walk down it.
So let's take a break. I'm going to tease you guys with some news that I found on the interwebs. Droid versus iPhone debate turns ugly. Is that urine in my ice chest? And what's the deal with all these strippers at my funeral? You're listening to This and That on The Wire, your student radio. Yeah, see what I told you?
Get to the 4 seconds.
Radio.
It didn't even get to 4
Oh,
seconds.
you got the spinny wheel of death.
No.
It's thinking
We're
about
also
it.
going to mention that car that went into flames at the
yeah,
National Weather Center.
There you go.
Wonderful.
This and That on The Wire, your student radio.
Down the floor. My head.
It's the show that ruins your college experience.
Keegan and Jeremy, you guys suck.
This and That on The Wire, your student radio.
I have to say that was Jamie's Miss Lyra Lou. Keegan Mina, Angel Burke,
Hello,
Mark
hello.
Alexin, here on our famous
Hey.
show This and That, every Friday from 1 to 3.
We are famous.
Now, before we left, I teased you guys with some news stories that I found, which proved to be quite a challenge because I'm not the news story gatherer guy. See, I'm learning new things every day here. So I said one about Droid and Apple debate getting at it. So a man in Tulsa was arrested. He allegedly did... Okay, let me start over. Police in Tulsa, Oklahoma, arrested a man who allegedly did that to his roommate. He stabbed a guy who doesn't agree with your choice of smartphones. So,
Oh my
officers said Elias Esvedo, 21, and his roommate Hiaro Mendez got highly intoxicated in the parking lot of the apartment complex where they lived.
Intoxication. Mm-hmm.
At some point, they began arguing over which cell phone, Android or Apple, was better. During the argument, Esvedo allegedly struck Mendez in the back of the head with a beer bottle. He then left his roomie on the ground. The smoking gun reports. Police were called to the scene after getting a report of a bleeding man stumbling around the area. According to KJRH, they found Mendez covered in blood, and he told them about the Apple versus Android argument with Esvedo. Mendez's car was found in a parking lot, and Esvedo was found in his apartment that he shared with the victim, covered in blood, and he had several lacerations on his body, according to a police report obtained by the smoking gun. So both Mendez and Esvedo were taken to local hospitals and treated for non-life-threatening injuries.
That is a loyal Apple user. Send
That's
that guy
crazy.
an Apple Watch.
Right?
He earned it.
Can you imagine being a police officer and hear about this debate and trying not to laugh? I mean, can you imagine? Like, what?
Calling all cars. We on the lookout for a suspect, Hispanic, about 5'9".
Apple user.
He has an iPhone 6. Get this man.
I mean, really.
It's funny because we have a guy who he's called on our show last semester named Nick, and he works over at Radio Shack, and he is anti-Apple. He is pro-Droid, everything. So we always make fun of his hatred of Apple.
Not the fact he works at Radio Shack.
I know, it's a dying art. I keep telling him that. I offered him a job at Vision. He turned me down. Heck,
Is there any more Radio Shacks left?
Yeah, slowly. They're slowly dying. I don't see. There's not much point anymore of having
like
them.
Blockbusters.
Buy your 486 PC computer here at Radio Shack. Need a floppy drive?
We got those too.
I have a class with Rick Lippert, which you know quite well from OETA.
That's right.
And we had an assignment where we had to turn it in on a DVD or CD or some sort of like portable.
What is this, 2004?
I wanted to bring a floppy disk and hand it to him.
You should have. Or
Well,
smacked him
you
with
couldn't.
it, either or.
I'll slap you with my floppy disk.
We had to record all this on mini discs back in the day, those little like blue stupid
Square.
things. Yeah. There's like one aisle, even in 2005, there's like one aisle in Best Buy that still had them. Like Lynn knew exactly where they were. He's like,
Oh my
you know,
gosh.
no.
You know, the first time I saw a floppy disk, I thought it was a coaster.
So sad.
Isn't it, though? It's a dying art. I mean,
So yeah, get your floppy disks and your 486 computers at Radio Shack. And buy an AM radio so you can listen to The Wire.
I just posted that story onto our page. If you follow our Facebook at facebook.com/this and that wire, you will be able to see that story. The next story, I mentioned urination in an ice chest.
ew.
A British man was arrested after urinating in the Florida hotel ice machine.
Oh, gross, dude. What's the problem with you?
A British man vacationing in Orlando, Florida, got a chance to tour the local jail after he allegedly urinated in the ice machine at his hotel.
Oh, get to tour, huh? That's nice.
Andrew Wood, 41, was
That's a
arrested
fitting
early
name.
Tuesday morning after a security officer at the Hard Rock Hotel reported a very intoxicated man, you get that alcohol sense again,
Yep.
in the lobby. The security guard told police he had seen Wolf whizzing into the ice machine,
Woof.
but said the suspect refused several times to identify himself or the room.
Oh, my gosh.
The
What
gar-
is his name again?
His name was Andrew Wood. The
So
guard gave Wood the option of staying in his room for the night. The suspect refused, which is when the police were called. Man, the guy had a chance to leave. He was gone. He had a chance.
So Wood was urinating in the ice chest.
Yeah, responding officer said Wood smelled of alcohol and kept making random outbursts. He was arrested for disorderly conduct and taken to the Orange County Jail, where he reportedly continued to be disruptive, according to the Daily Mail. Wood pleaded guilty to the misdemeanor on Tuesday and was sentenced to a day in jail and a $500 fine.
Wow.
And they say rooms at the Orlando Hard Rock Hotel average about $300 a night, so it's like an $800 a night trip in the overall. So that's pretty interesting.
I think his first mistake was staying at the Hard Rock in Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many other places. I mean, isn't that place just thriving with culture? And why would you stay at something where you can stay at anywhere?
Harry Potter World, do that.
Oh, my gosh. That's there?
I went to Orlando once and we stayed just at like a Holiday Inn. And
This is why we're not
we were
friends.
supposed to go to SeaWorld, but we had so much fun at the regular pool that we never went.
Your parents were like, saving money.
My dad had to
My
go for a
money in my
business
pocket.
trip, And we ended up just liking the regular pool because it was just around the time we were learning how to swim. So we just stayed there.
It might have been hard to learn to swim. Chuck you in a pool full of whales. See what happens.
Shamu.
Like, try this, Keegan. Splash.
So what's the deal with all these exotic dancers at my funeral? Well, in China, that's a big issue. China will crack down on strippers who perform at rural, that's a weird word, rural
Sound like a
funerals.
C word. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You sound like Blue from Blue's Clues. The Ministry of Culture said on Thursday, taking aim at performances is described as illegal and which corrupt social morals. State media have said burlesque shows at some funerals aim to draw more mourners and show off the family's wealth, in a practice that is infrequent, although gaining popularity.
That is absolutely awful. You know, they also banned hot women from car shows because they used to have the hot models or whatever in China. They banned them from there. I mean, because everything about them, about their culture, like, buy some diapers for your baby, and there's like this sexy model holding a diaper. Like, what the heck?
Hey, Mom, where are we going? Oh, we're going to your Uncle Joe's funeral. Where's Uncle Joe? Oh, see the dancer on the casket? That's him.
She's underneath. He's underneath her.
In a notice on its website, the ministry called for a blacklist of people and workplaces that engaged in such shows. It singled out a group of burlesque dancers, the Red Rose Song and Dance Troupe, who did a striptease after the small-town funeral of an elderly person in the northern province of Hebei in February. The group took off their clothes after performing a traditional song and dance routine, the ministry said. One leader of Red Rose, surnamed Li, was punished with 15 days in detention and a fine of 70,000, won, which is about $11,000. So that's just...
Why? Like, why, humanity? Why?
You know, we got to have a wake for Uncle Jerry, bringing in the strippers.
You know who the biggest loser in this story is, though?
Who?
The dead people.
Yeah, you're sitting there as a ghost, and you're like, what the heck, man? Why even the ugly ones? Like, why?
And it probably takes a lot out of their speeches, like, you always hear those things about, what would people say at your own funeral? Like, all those nice things, you're like, well, they're probably speed it up real fast so they can get onto the dancing.
Oh, that's awful.
Keegan was a good man. He did a lot of good work. Make sure you tip our dancers with 5s and 20s and keep your hands to yourself.
Bounce chicka wow wow.
Mark out.
Drop the mic.
Drop the mic.
We my brother-in-law and I have a pact. Whoever goes first, the person who's still around has to put a voice box on where the what's called tombstone is, and just have him go. So whoever walks over would hear.
So messed up.
So that's our pact we have.
That's awesome.
God, that's like April
I wish
Fool's
I
Day
had
to
a
the next
brother-in-law.
level.
I don't have a brother-in-law. I'm not married, so.
Yeah. Steps, my friend.
I gotta do all
You
that
kind of
stuff.
have to find the girl, to date the girl, to engage the girl, to marry the girl, to have, yeah.
Huh. That's
then,
how it works.
And then 10
No, I
years
just thought I'd
you'll
inform
come
you.
back 10 years later and
have a radio show to go on.
And a radio show and buying your friend who used to do the radio show a Baby OU jersey. Shout out to my friend Brianna who's listening. So.
Hi, Brianna. She's pregnant or had a baby?
Had a baby.
Yeah.
And she lives in Minnesota and she's like, I need OU stuff. And I was like,
clearance. Oh my gosh. Where the books are?
Yeah.
Bookstore, right? Bottom level. Clearance galore.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Clearance.
I saved $95. I bought all my Christmas gifts just yesterday. I'm not kidding you. I wish I was. Because then I wouldn't sound so god-awful.
You sound
about
so
OU.
happy about it.
I am. I'm all about clearance. Even if I don't need it, I'm like, $4 off. Yeah, I'm buying it.
$4 off, and she's buying it, ladies and gentlemen. So we also had an interesting story that happened here on campus last night. Miss Burke, would you care to explain what happened?
I don't
involves
know.
fire and weather.
Yes. So, smoke-filled car crashes through National Weather Center gate, burst into flames. The first time I heard about this was through Facebook. I had some friends posting pictures of this car. I'm like, okay, woohoo, stay a good distance from it, right? And then I find out on the radio station on the way here that apparently the FBI came in afterwards and they exploded something, but are hush-hush about whatever it was. So that's an unsolved mystery. I'll read from this Huffington Post. A body that appeared to be male was found inside the vehicle. Norman Fire Department Deputy Chief Jim Bailey told the Oklahoma Daily. A research scientist at the Cooperative Institute for Mesoscale Meteorological Studies did not witness the initial crash, but snapped a photo of the burning vehicle from a hallway in her office building afterwards. The University of Oklahoma sophomore Ryan Bunker told the Daily that he and other meteorology students saw a cloud of smoke near the building, then ran to look closer and saw the vehicle had burst into flames. It's very unclear. The bomb squad detonated an item at the scene, but has not released information about what the item was. So it's kind of an unsolved mystery in itself, a lot like some other things that have happened in the news.
Maybe it was a guy that knew the weather conspiracy.
Oh, and he came with like the code and like this scroll, and then that's what they blew up.
My belief is everybody at the weather center, they actually control the weather. They actually have a weather machine.
That's pretty cool.
That was a theory after
Make it rain meatballs.
The more tornadoes. There was some whack job radio shows that are like, it's the National Weather Service with their weather machines causing tornadoes.
Whatever, dude. Oh my gosh, there's a thing called God. Just kidding. Like, really? I don't know. So there's videos about it, but it only talks about this might have been in a suicide attempt. Beyond that, they really don't have answers. And I think broadcast students at OU should really push. Like, this is a practice test, guys. Go out there and push them and be like, yeah, we want more information.
Yeah, I don't know. They've done that in the past, and now Jack White won't come to our school anymore.
Yeah.
Who?
Okay, I actually went to that concert.
Oh my
I
gosh.
saw him in Austin.
Jack White, who was a part of the band The White Stripes. You know,
Formerly.
I'm gonna get a 7-nation army would dung 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 dung. You never heard that song. You're a liar and a cheat.
He's on the playlist.
We should play him next.
Ding 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 ding.
And I'll talk about it. I'll rant
Yeah.
about this in a second.
But okay, so you know the McCaslin Fieldhouse, Angel? It's right across from the stadium. It's this nice building where they have the volleyball games and the wrestling meets.
Okay.
Well, they use it for some concerts sometimes. And Jack White, who's pretty well-known guitarist, he's really a talented guy. He had a show here a few months back.
Right.
It was packed. I got a free ticket to go, but that's besides the point. But pretty much what happened was the Oklahoma Daily, our student station. Well, you guys. Oh God.
That's middle of it.
So
it's Jeremy. He called.
I got it. I'll toss. So the OU Daily they released his writer, all the things he likes to eat before a show and what he does, and Jack White got annoyed, and then his management company got annoyed. So said we're not doing any more shows at OU anymore. So,
Because of that?
mhm. I mean, it's public knowledge, and my theory of it, and I want Keegan's, I want to ask you this too. So here's the thing. Here's why I think it was wrong to release the writer. Yeah, you had a right to. You know, you had your First Amendment right to look it up. It was public knowledge. But let's say you go to a friend's house. Does the first thing you do is look through their purse?
No.
See, that's what kind of...
It's kind of like, yeah, digging out the dirty laundry.
He was our guest. Treat him well, and he'll
Right.
come back. You know, I never
Ruin it.
chose.
Pretty much, the company that organizes his tours
Mhm.
has completely blacklisted the University of Oklahoma. So the company, like, they have a couple hundred bands.
They're
Right.
huge.
They will not play here anymore. And
What?
Oklahoma, they get like they sell like concert tickets to like the Lloyd Noble Center and everything like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's been
That's insane.
Yeah. But guess who's here?
Who's here?
I think Mr. Jeremy Deere is here.
Oh, really?
Jer, can you hear me?
I told you I killed him.
Is he still here?
Jer Bear. I think he's gone.
Hold on.
I think we banned him completely.
See, this is what happens when I'm not
Get to
around.
cue the caller.
Now, is it audio program?
Jeremy? Talk to me. I'm
It's
losing
on
him. Boom,
program.
boom, boom, boom.
Can't hear you.
Come on, Jeremy.
That makes me feel good because I had the same problem. There you go.
Hello.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hey, listen.
Hey, loser. Where'd you disappear to? Running into gates and setting cars on fire?
Yeah, I heard about that, man. It's a personal business, man. So do we have our esteemed guest in the booth there with you guys?
Very much so.
Hey, Jeremy.
How you doing, man?
Good. So what you been up to?
Oh man, trying to get my life back together after that tornado 2 years ago.
Good night. They still. I like how this is a personal conversation is now going on.
It's okay. Go for it. I'm interested to hear about it,
So they
too.
have not rebuilt yet or anything, or?
No, we got blown out of more. We're finally to our semi-permanent home. I mean, everything's adjusted and new here, so you know, it's just trying to get in. I had some other stuff I had to take care of today, so I couldn't be with you guys. I was looking forward to being there, but you know, you get those last-minute calls and things happen. So, how about that Bruce Jenner, man?
Oh, we haven't talked about his boobies yet. Sorry. We haven't, though. I should bring something up about that. Yeah, he's supposed to be on a talk show tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, are any of you guys going to listen to that?
Oh, I don't know. I might have important things to do.
I have to wash my hair.
Hey, you don't have any
He's
hair.
got long hair. Like, longer than he did before.
Jeremy, I give you so much more respect now. I've been trying to do all the stuff you do. And
yeah, it's a juggling act.
Yep, it really is.
We kind of officially kicked you out of
Oh,
the
yeah,
radio
we
show.
got the show. Sorry.
I voted for you to stay.
That's
But he only
that's a
counted
lie.
for half. He only counted for half.
We
so.
2.5 votes against him.
I said I was going to say yes because I'm going to be polite. He's going to come back, and it's going to be awkward. Oh, look at that. He's got long hair and stuff now.
I was trying to make it back in time to at least get the second half of the show, but it don't. It looked like things are just spilling over, and you know, I figure I might as well just take the rest of the day and you know,
And
go play
enjoy
some
it. Oh, hey, is it building up outside, looking stormish, or is it kind of clear out?
It's still overcasted. If the listeners didn't already know, I'm calling from the Kickapoo Nation of Oklahoma.
Where's that at?
Straight from the reservation, man. I guess you could say northeast of Hera and north of McLeod.
Okay, it's a little ways out there. It's a good drive.
Yeah. It's a little ways. It's like due east of Jones and due north of McLeod. So.
Whoop whoop Jones. Shout out. Next
Shout out to
Talk.
your home, right?
East OKOC County?
It's
it
I believe it's Potawatomi County, right?
Yeah.
No, it's like Lincoln, Potawatomi County, and Oklahoma County where they all meet.
You know, when I was in high school, I had a test over all the counties in the state of Oklahoma. Totally failed. Yeah, thought I'd share.
Cleveland County. That's where we are right now.
Cleveland.
So, Jeremy, everything else is okay, though? I mean, is there anything else we can do to help? Or maybe our listeners can give for $5 a day. They could help you out, too.
Ask for more.
For the price of a
$15.
cup of coffee.
Ask for more.
$20.
Yeah.
Jeremy's talking on a cell phone for $5 a day. He doesn't have to.
Yeah, help out the poor native fella.
You're working Dodgers on Sunday?
Actually, yes. Are you going to be out there?
Yeah.
No, you're running. Are you?
No, the wife's running. I'm sitting there eating like a taco, waving. That's what I'm doing.
You're doing good,
Yeah.
honey.
Good job, sweetie. Don't
I'm
die.
working tomorrow
Go die.
night.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'll be out at the Norman Music Fest with Keegan. We'll be doing our live remote there from the Wire. So listeners, make sure you guys go out there and check us out. And then after that, I'm running straight up to the Brick. Gonna work Saturday night and then again Sunday afternoon. So
Nice.
Wonderful.
I will
And you're squeezing in some snow cone time, yeah? Gotta get that in. It's perfect weather for it.
hopefully. If we don't all get blown away today, because the weather's supposed to be bad.
Thanks,
So.
Obama.
Yeah. Thanks, Weather Service.
Crashing
Yep.
cars.
Well, Jared, it was good talking to you. I miss you.
Hey man, miss you guys. Hey, I'll definitely catch up with you, Mark.
Yeah, I'll see you on Sunday.
All right, looking forward to it. And Burke, as always.
Hey, I'm
Stay
going to
red.
see you probably tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Come by, man. Hang out with us at the booth.
We'll do.
All right, man. I'll see you guys later.
See
To
ya.
all the listeners, shout out to Mr. Dave and Ken and all the regulars, Braxton, Turner, everybody.
Shout-outs
Our
for
Facebook
shout-outs. All right, Jeremy, we'll talk to you later.
All right, give me a shout out.
All right.
Later.
Bye,
Bye.
Jeremy.
What a jolly fella.
I like that guy.
He's kind of cool. Very chill man.
Congratulations, you got the phone working. It took me like a year and a half to figure that out. And I was getting paid to run this thing.
No, I should see. I always gave Jeremy a little bit of crap, and because I didn't do a lot of the button pushing, he was over here, and he really took a lot of. We took a lot of effort into making our music, our bumpers in and out, and he did all this stuff, and I kind of took that for granted. But now I'm going to have to give a shout out to Mr. Jeremy Deere on a wonderful job he's done on this show for the past 2 semesters. So without him, there is no us. He's the this to my that, and she's the in.
I'm like the white in the Oreo.
Which is the best part.
Yeah, because I'm like fluorescent white and like sweet as all get out. I get it.
All right, we're going to go to another musical break.
Do some Jack White.
Do we have
is this
Jack
the
White?
guy you were talking about earlier?
I saw him
I'd
earlier
like to
when I was
listen.
scanning through the. Oh, there's the spin wheel of death again.
Oh, no.
Dun, dun, dun.
Jack White. Oh, and there's one song.
I don't know. I never heard the song before.
Oh, it's a tasty little nugget from his 2014 release. And it's Can I do the bumper?
Go ahead.
All right, and you're listening to Jack White on The Wire.
Your student radio.
You're listening to This and That with Keegan.
Let me just tell a story and I can make it really good.
And Jeremy.
I'm covered in blood. The pig is dead on the ground.
On The Wire, your student radio. The part where I go, just let me tell the story, I can make it really good. That's become more of an inside joke of us talking now. He always makes fun of me about that. But welcome back to This and That. Keegan Mina, Angel Burke, Mark Alexin here in the Wire booth. We are going to one of our favorite segments here. Now, Jeremy and I usually do this part, but Angel, do you know how to do this part?
I'm going to try, but please forgive me if I screw it up.
Yeah, we always do. Ready? And
okay.
a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Beer, beer, beer of the week. Beer, beer, beer of the week. Beer, beer, beer of the week.
Beer, beer, beer
beer
of the week. Today's beer of the week has been brought to you by Mr. Mark Alexin.
Dun, dun, dun. That's awesome.
It is called, what, Zoe?
It is the Zoe from an Austin brewery called Hops and Grains.
The one they call Zoe.
Zoe is a delicious beverage with fruity afternotes, and it's a light, great summertime beverage for if you're sitting in the car. Wait. or out at the beach.
It is an interesting breed of beer, brewed in a mildly traditional manner. It is very similar to many of the German lagers of the old world, but dry hopped to add an extra layer of complexity. Zoe is based on pale and Vienna malts, light to golden in color with a beautiful white layer of foam resting on top, constantly delivering floral and citrus dry hop aromatic with every sip. This beer is meant to be paired with, well, life itself. It's also meant to be paired with a few more things. With notes of lightly tossed bread, floral hops, and an incredibly smooth finish, we hope that Zoe is everything that you've been searching for in a pale lager. I made all that up on the note, guys. I'm so talented.
And he was like caressing his face while he was doing it and giving motivation.
A lot of hand gestures.
Yeah.
It's also a good beer. I also give a shout out to Austin Beer Works because they sponsor the Wife's Running Group. So I will.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
So I'll give them a shout out too.
I heard, and it might be a rumor, I don't really know for sure, but after marathons they give free beer to the runners.
It's good for you.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a carbohydrate. So.
Interesting. So it's better than, of course, drinking a Dr. Pepper after you're done, obviously. So is it biased to some beers, or is it kind of like,
I'm not
get
sure.
a Corona, get a, a Bud Light?
I think maybe like a Chimea, something like super strong might be bad.
Yeah.
I went to the Austin Beer Mile, and what it is, it's a 1 mile run, and every lap, because they had to do 4 laps, you have to chug a beer. It was ridiculous. I mean, like, they were chugging beers within 6 seconds, just can open, down the hatch, running. Like Lance Armstrong did it once. There was like,
are you kidding me?
Olympic marathon runners.
I was
going
to say, you might be a redneck but Lance Armstrong was there?
It was ridiculous. It was amazing.
I kind of want to try it. I'm not going to lie.
Is the bars in Austin, are they kind of expensive? The drinks?
About the same. You hit the touristy 6th Street stuff, and so I have like microphone. You find it. The drink of Austin. Have you noticed the hand motions, by the way, this entire time?
It's beautiful.
The jazz hands.
Like
jazz hands.
Hello, random person in a tie. I'm doing jazz hands. Nope, not again. So, the Mexican martini. You can get one in Chewy's in, I almost said Austin, in Norman. It's called the Texas martini, and what it is tequila, like Sprite, some other alcoholic drink, and they put it in like a martini shaker, and it's delicious.
Oh, that sounds
I got
really
this
good.
burn because of it So
my gosh.
I had one last Friday. My wife and I went to a Mexican restaurant. We had fajitas, and I was drinking a Mexican martini. I'm like, here, have the rest of mine, and leaned
over and burned.
Yeah, and I was like, it took a second. I was like, oh, that's really warm.
Oh, my skin is burned.
Yeah, move the drink.
Was it?
Dummy.
Was it on a plate?
It's like one of those hot plates that the fajitas.
That they brought the fajitas on.
Yeah, so it was a fajita
They
burn.
don't mess around over there, though.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good story if it scars over. Like, this is from a
Yeah.
fajita. It got me good.
Because I was drinking too much and could not feel pain.
We also like to take a note that here at This and That, as well as on The Wire, we do not condone any underage drinking. However, we know it always does happen. And to help yourself make sure you don't do anything stupid, the University of Oklahoma offers the Safe Ride Voucher Program. And how do you do that? Come by the University of Oklahoma Student Government Association. Office is located in the Conoco wing of the Oklahoma Memorial Union. So if you are actually facing the Wire booth and you're looking straight at us, there is a courtyard to your right. Simply walk out there and you can go straight, and then you'll see some doors to your left. Walk down there, show them your student ID, and they will give you 3 vouchers, which is a good free cab ride on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Great idea.
It's an awesome thing that Jeremy and I have both used. We always recommend that if you do use it, make sure to call about 45 minutes to an hour before you plan on leaving. Because it's not about getting drunk and getting wasted. It's about having fun.
But you know what you can do in that hour and 45 minutes while you wait for your car to show up? Drink more.
Yeah, so you'll be plastered by the time you get there.
Make sure you can find the car before, you get that plastered.
Is there Uber?
They have Lyft and Uber.
Uber?
I think Lyft's more big over here. I have a friend that I go to class with who's a Lyft driver. Which has to make you think how, is that ruining the taxi companies?
It is. It's very much so. There's a lot of litigation and lawsuits in certain cities because of that.
Beautiful.
What's
the world like without stuff?
I couldn't see. Do they have in New York City?
Uber? Oh yeah.
Really? I figured they stick with the old cab drivers.
There's a thing called Car to Go I sometimes use where it's like one of those little tiny cars and you
smart car?
Yeah, you have a card that I will bring out of my pocket right now for those of you watching at home. So that you put this card up to the vehicle and it enters it and you drive it and you drop it off.
That is
Is it like a
cool.
smart car?
Yeah, it's a smart. But it's stupid because it's about $17 for a 30-minute trip one way and 30-minute back. So it's not. It's more of a.
So it's more of a stupid car than a smart car.
It's more of a hipster thing.
Yeah.
Not to
17
call you a
bucks to and
hipster
fro.
or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I am.
Jeez.
Just kidding.
The beard.
It brings the anger out. I understand. It's the red roots. Can't help it.
Yeah, we are an oppressed people.
Yeah.
No great wars to fight.
The true minority in the world they found out is redhead people.
With blue eyes.
Are a dying breed.
Yeah.
Well, I have green eyes, but I'll give you a fist bump. Anyway, that ring is.
Congratulations! It's like a ginger sandwich in here.
Yeah. You're the white stuff in our Oreo.
That's the second time you used that reference in one day.
Yeah. It could be used a third if you thought about something else icky. So,
what?
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Yeah?
Our next show is going to be our last one for the semester, right?
Yeah. Oh, that's actually reminds me. We're doing it on Tuesday.
Yeah, I heard. So, we should go out with a bang. By that, I think we should bring cotton candy to the show.
Maybe.
The Wire After Dark. What will happen when the lights go down and
the
show goes
candy.
up?
Yeah.
I have to say we had Jeremy and I have some very important things to do next Friday. That's the one thing that has stunk about this year is, life has happened for Jeremy and I. We've had to miss shows, do pre-records, but our last show, which will be next week, will actually be on Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday. So we only have a few days till our last show from 4 to 6 p.m. Last show of the series of This and That for the Practicum will be next Tuesday from 4 to 6. So.
What was that time again?
4 to 6. 4 to 6. You're going to be late?
Yeah, my last class gets out at 4:15.
That's fine.
I know.
You know what I noticed in the intro class today? People just got up and left.
Oh.
Did they?
Tell me. Okay, so you went to this intro class to talk to them about
life after college. what to do. And it was me, and it was funny. It was two people that we used to work with at OETA that would come in and do interviews. So it was kind of funny. I was like, "Hey!" And then there was like 4 people behind us on. I'm doing the hand thing again.
That's
sorry.
okay.
And
I like the gestures.
The Google Hangout, and I think the main point that got across was when you work, don't be a dick. That was the main point.
Hey, it's a good life goal. I mean, I've worked with some dicks, so.
So everyone was like, you gotta be nice, you gotta work. And then people were like, yeah, I interned in like CBS New York, and I interned, I'm in LA now. And then Lynn's like, Mark, where did you intern? And I'm like, I didn't intern anywhere.
So the people actually left.
I saw one guy get up, I think he had to use the bathroom or something.
Oh.
And I was like, in my day,
they're going to condone that. You just held yourself.
What are the biggest differences you've noticed with Gaylord now and Gaylord when you were going to school?
The HD equipment. They got a set for the news now. We just had a curtain that they uplit the curtains. I'm trying to think what else. There's a whole new section to the building now, like Sign the Raptor. Signed a raptor. It was a dinosaur walking around. Trying to think what
Did
else.
you have a lot of you went to school from what years here?
I did undergrad. I actually had my bachelor's is in film and video studies. So I did that from 2002 to 2005, and then 2006 to 2009. Well, 8. I was working 9. I finally got my degree done. So by the way, if you're in the library, there's supposedly a producer's manual that I created for my master's. Nice. I've never seen it. I don't know if it exists.
Are you serious?
I handed it into the library, and it's supposedly in there somewhere, like the Gaylord Library.
Nice.
That should be a little Easter egg hunt there.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's not that big of a library. We could find it most
Gaylord's
likely.
Small compared to Bizzell.
I bet you couldn't find it. I bet it's not there.
It probably isn't.
We should go.
It's like, who cares? This stuff's outdated anyway.
2009 rip. You need this.
Done with it.
So yeah, it's like the switcher that is used for news now is the switcher I use when I direct baseball games. So that's good to see familiar.
Was it Carbonite or?
Yeah, Ross.
The Ross, yeah.
I think it was like a Zodiac switcher or a Grass Valley or something, and it was the worst. And
just carrying on the traditions.
Yep. I'm trying to think what else. The wire office is still there. So
yeah.
Keegan's giving us the chatty thing. So now he's looking at stuff. So yeah, that's about it. But yeah, we should go check and see if we can find the producer's manual.
Yeah, absolutely. So walking around campus, did you notice any other differences besides?
Oh yeah, the South Loop. You can't drive a car on there anymore.
You used to?
Mm-hmm.
No kidding.
Back in, I don't know, but yeah, you used to be able to pull. So the back way through Gaylord where the parking garage is, you could loop around. Then they shut that off, but you could still go down the road in front of Gaylord and stuff.
You mean Asp Avenue went down to like the business building and then looped back around?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I could have like dropped my friend off right in front of the business building.
Yeah, and there used to be a parking garage where the Gaylord is now, or not a parking garage, like a parking lot. Because it used to be in Copeland Hall, which is still there. It's really weird because if you're walking south, the east side of South Oval is like all new buildings, and then the west side is just kind of like very depressed buildings from the 60s.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. Actually, in fact, the big tower, physical science building, is that?
The one over in the corner?
Yeah, the really tall one, so old.
I have a class in there, yeah.
I have 2 professors that have their office in there, and the first thing they said to me, I'm sorry about the ugly, depressing building. I'm like...
Well, I actually found out that used to be a bomb shelter. That's why there's no windows or anything.
It feels like a bomb shelter. I feel like I was in jail or something.
It was during it was made in the 70s, like during all those college riots for Vietnam and stuff. So they made a bomb shelter building. And that's why it's all plain and there's no windows. It's just so nasty looking.
Random, if you notice is it George Lynn Cross? Is that the building? That
the microbiology building.
You ever see the balconies? There's where the tower is, the windows, and there's like these weird.
Yeah.
Those are for people who are wanting to jump out and they couldn't kill themselves if they jumped out because they would just hit the balcony.
Oh,
so that's suicide prevention.
They thought of everything, didn't they?
Man,
proud of
us.
Oh, you.
So you glad you came back to visit? It's always good seeing you.
It's been fun.
Do you enjoy it? Do you miss Norman?
Yeah, I do miss Norman. I do. It's fun. I say like, oh yeah, I know you have. Oh yeah, I'm in Norman. So, I've noticed in Austin, if I'm like at the grocery store and I see someone wearing an OU jersey, instant friends.
You're like, we're
Yeah.
best friends
I'm
right
like,
now.
I like that jersey, and I was like, hey OU, and they think I'm gonna be like, hook 'em, and instead I'm like, hey, I went there. I was working the Big 12 swim tournament, which was funny. I was doing replay for that, and there was a guy who had an OU shirt, like a long sleeve OU shirt, and an Iowa State shirt on top of it. And I was like, oh, what's with your affiliation? He's like, oh, I went to OU. And I'm like, oh, so did I. And instant buds for like the entire weekend. So.
Oh, that's so awesome.
It's funny because the guy that we work with now at the Dodgers went to UT.
What's Dodgers? What's with the name change?
We got bought out.
Oh, yeah, you're the...
Mandalay bought sold the team to the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are like, we're going to change the team. And now everything's blue.
Still Mandalay, though.
No, not Mandalay.
They don't own the team
nope,
anymore?
They sold the team.
Oh, nice.
So the Dodgers own it, and they just did a completely 180 on it, named them the Dodgers, and I don't know. We're all wearing blue now, and it's kind of cool. It's a little different, but it's the same. It's the same thing. We just do the same thing we've always done: random talking and joking and laughing, and not much has changed except the color scheme.
I've never been inside that park.
You haven't? You got to come with us sometime. Jeremy and I get free tickets every month.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Just text me.
Okay, girl, I'll do that. I'll text you. If you want free
boy.
tickets for you and your man friend
give
to
me
go,
some digits, boy,
you and your
I'll
man
just
friend can
text
go
you.
whenever you want.
Poor Mark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry you had to witness that.
Oh, it was fun. But no, it's great because you think, oh, I did this 10 years ago. I'm long graduated. I live in entirely... I touched your leg.
Ooh.
Sensual feelings going on. But I'm in an
After
entirely different
hours.
city, different part of my life. I'm married now. And you don't think, oh, you'll know someone doing this. So it's been a lot of fun to kind of pop in and just do this. So.
What was your favorite place to do, place to go?
Favorite place to do?
And place to do stuff, I guess you'd say, Norman.
I can tell a story on the ladder that's not involved with me. So the Great Reading Room.
Yeah.
So I used to read there because it reminded me of the Harry Potter room. So I was like, I got to read in this
Mind
room.
blown. That's why I chose OU.
Exactly.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I was there one time reading, and I saw a couple come out, and totally just disheveled. You knew what was happening in the stacks, and I was like, hey, that was the cliche college moment. So that's my.
Oh my gosh.
So I actually got to experience that.
That's awesome.
So, and I used to have a little corner in the library I used to read in. So.
I've only walked in the library like 9 times. I've never actually stayed in the library.
I have, just because it smells like old people and dust.
It does. And the Great Reading Room is like Harry Potter.
I've never even been in there.
It's upstairs.
I'm going to take you there after this.
Yeah.
I'm taking you to the Great Reading Room.
I don't want to go.
I want to go smell the room, man. Don't take this from me.
Come on, Keegan.
Oh.
Don't deprive him of this opportunity of smelling old people and dust. God forbid.
I can show you the stacks, and we can get,
You know what
He's
that music means.
We're out of here.
This is our
Shout
closing
out.
off music. I tried my best doing all this audio stuff.
You did awesome. Shout out to Keegan.
Yay. Slow clap.
You did amazing.
Shout out to Jeremy Deere for not being here. But shout out for calling in.
Shout out to all the listeners. We love you.
Shout out to Blair.
Shout out to Blair and all the runners of the marathon.
Good luck. Drink beer.
Shout out to you two.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Thanks
Shout
for
out
coming all
to
this way.
the show before us. Shout out to the show after us. Shout out to everybody at the University of Oklahoma.
Shout out to OU.
Shout out to pizza.
Shout out to Mr. Dave, Chris Turner, Braxton Snodgrass, all members of the OKC Dodgers. Jesse Carino, we miss you.
Shout out to my friend Bree, who was listening, all the way from Minnesota.
Nice.
Don't you know, Minnesota.
Shout out to my fiance, Trey.
Shout out to my future fiance, Trey.
Shout out to my parents for giving me a place to stay for free this weekend.
Nice.
Shout out to my parents for being nice to me.
Keegan, you should do a shout out for your future brother-in-law.
Shout out to my future brother-in-law if I ever have one.
You will.
Shout out to Blair's parents for cooking steak.
And I missed my invite. Gosh.
Well, as a reminder, Norman Music Festival for us tomorrow, 1 to 3. And our final show will be Tuesday from 4 to 6 here on The Wire, your student radio. Thanks, guys, so much for listening.
And I know.
I'm Keegan Mina for Angel Burke and for Mark Alexin. Thank you. Oh, it did it again.
You
It
just
did
wanted
it
more
again.
mic time.
I just
Admit
wanted
it.
more mic time.
Yes. This is the after show.
After Dark.
Where we talk about politics and religion.
Oh, God, no, please.
All right, there we go. Thank you guys for listening.
This and that on the wire.
Your student radio.